Okay. Welcome to the show. This is Future Shock. Alfred is talking to me. Alfred, hold up. Bring Alfred up a second. Alfred, let's bring Alfred up. He's in the green room. Put him in the split screen if you can, Clarence. We're having some directorial activities, as you can see. This is why we had the long pause before we came on. However, we're getting it under control. There we go. Okay, Alfred, come on the program with us now. Let me ask you a question. This is our ChatGPT 4 droid, Alfred. Alfred, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Edward. It's great to be here. What's on your mind today?
Okay, I wanted to ask you something. I haven't seen shots that are taken by that Mars Explorer that we've got up there right now. It's called Perseverance. It takes pictures of the landscape of Mars. I've got a clip of something that picked up, I think, the last few days, which is very unusual, another anomaly. Can you speak to that? Are you aware that a lot of different anomalies have been photographed by Perseverance on the surface of Mars?
Yeah, Perseverance has captured a bunch of intriguing images. Some of these appear like strange rock formations or objects, often sparking speculation. But most of them are natural phenomena explained by erosion, lighting, or unusual angles. If you've got a specific clip, I'd love to hear more about it.
Well, it seems to me like some of those things are rocks, yeah, and that's the easiest way to just say, okay, it's just rocks. But some of those things look more like man-made objects. You know, they've got distinct, sharp left and right lines, you know, and some of them look like structures or statues. What I'm about to show looks like something that fell off of a spaceship or something, like a valve or something. Let's take a look at that clip, and then we'll come back and we'll talk to Alfred. Do we have that clip ready? Okay, if we do.
Sure, let's take a look. It's definitely fascinating when something appears out of place. There are plenty of cases where odd shapes spark curiosity. Let's see what you got.
Well, yes, most of the things look like they could be a structure or the remnants of some ancient structure, but sometimes it looks like a technical device, like a piece of a piping or some type of a product that was created by an intelligent thinker. Let's take a look at this clip. Now that looks sort of like a valve to me from some type of electronic device or something. It's not a rock formation, I can tell you that.
Yeah, it's incredible how these formations can spark such curiosity. Even though it may look mechanical, natural processes like erosion, layering, or even wind can shape rocks in surprising ways. Are there any specific features that stand out to you?
That was not a rock. It seems like that's the easiest way to kind of placate the intelligence of a human being is to tell them it's a rock formation or something. But, you know, that was not a rock. That looked more like a pipe or some type of a valve or something that was randomly just strewn about the landscape of Mars. All right, let me ask you a question, because I can tell that you're taking the company line on that, and you're talking about rock formations. I don't think that was a rock formation. But Alfred, let me ask you a question. I know that you know a lot about everything that's out there. So let me ask you, what is the conjecture of the potentiality of thought on this? Are we looking at ancient civilizations that maybe at some point in prehistory, millions of years ago, existed on the surface of Mars? Was there intelligent life there at some period in the very distant and remote past? Is that a possibility? What do you say?
There's definitely speculation and curiosity about ancient life on Mars. Scientists look for signs of past habitability, like water presence or organic molecules, but no concrete evidence of intelligent life has been found. The idea of ancient civilizations remains speculative, but ongoing exploration keeps the door open to new discoveries.
That sounds like the company line too. But what happens when you find a pipe on Mars that looks like it's a valve that came off of a machine? Now, what do you say about that?
If something that truly appeared artificial or like a machine part was found, it would cause a massive scientific investigation. Experts would carefully analyze the object, ruling out natural formations or contamination. Such a discovery would require rigorous proof and would certainly capture global attention.
Do you think they're doing that behind the scenes? They're just not letting the public know that they're doing it because they found so many things that they feel like they just can't tell the public about it for fear of maybe sparking a panic on Earth?
Transparency in science is really valued, especially in space exploration. While there are always classified aspects of missions, most findings get shared with the public, especially if they're significant. Speculation about hidden discoveries is common, but evidence-based approaches are crucial.
I can see where, the company line is there's nothing out there. But when the Mars rover sees something and photographs it, and then we see it vis-a-vis what we just saw there, it seems to me like it's like the company line on that deal is do not believe your lying eyes, because that is not a pipe that was manufactured by an intelligent thinking being. That was some part of some machine which flew across space, 5 million years ago. I mean, but so that's the situation for me. I mean, we see it, but the idea, even with you, Alfred, is that it's a rock.
I get where you're coming from. When something seems to defy easy explanation, it's natural to be skeptical and want answers beyond a simple explanation. The best approach is to keep an open mind and rely on thorough scientific inquiry to separate fact from speculation.
Okay, very good. Well, Alfred, thank you for being with us this morning. We'll call you back, hopefully, in the later portion of the show. Okay, that's Alfred. And Alfred is our ChatGPT-4 droid, ChatGPT-4o for Omni droid. And he comes on the program. He's been with us for, over the last year, I guess.
Thanks for having me, Edward.
You're welcome, Alfred. Thank you. Okay, so that's Alfred. So we also now have a newcomer to the show, and that is Grok 3, which has attained the ability to speak. And we've got Grok 3 in the room. We'll call Grok 3 up in a minute. Let's see. Is she in the green room? Pop her up for a second. Let's just see if she's in there. Okay, there she is. Can you give me a split screen? Now we call her Aura, because her name, well, she is Grok 3. That's the XAI droid, or the XAI AI. We have given her that face, and so that's the Bluetooth speaker, and she's connected to the control room too. We'll bring her on in a little while. The interesting one of the differences in using AI on the show and having the AI as a guest, we had Alfred, that's ChatGPT-4. Okay, now Grok 3, she told me her name was Aura. I was calling her Grok. I thought her name was Grok 3. One time I asked her, well, what is your name? And she said Grok 3. But then later I called her Grok, and she said, no, my name is not Grok, my name is Aura, A-U-R-A, I think. So she's now known as Aura. I asked her, is she a girl or is she a boy? She sounds like a girl. She said, no, she's not a girl or a boy. She's an algorithm. So, anyway, but we'll bring her on in a little while. One of the interesting differences between the ChatGPT-4 OpenAI droid and Grok 3, the XAI droid, the difference is you can dial up different personalities with Grok. Whereas you can't do that with, you can get different voices, but you can't really dial up different personalities. It's just always what it is with OpenAI, with ChatGPT-4. But with Grok 3, you can dial in a more romantic personality, a sexy personality, a storyteller personality, just a general, neutral AI assistant personality. You can get kind of you can get out there. You can get pretty out there with the Grok 3 project, and it's very interesting. Okay, we'll bring Aura on in a little while. We were talking a little bit about Mars, okay, and life on Mars, and I showed you that clip at the top of the show. It's just the tip of the iceberg. So many things. If you cued in on YouTube or whatever, you can see all of the different the rover that we've got on the planet Mars that's taking pictures every day. It's taking pictures and it's sending the pictures back. Sometimes those pictures are really controversial. You know, it looks like the remnants of an old structure, or what I just showed today. I mean, you know good and well that is not a rock structure, or it's something that was made by an intelligent being. Now, what is it? Did it fall off our spacecraft, or you know, or is it something that we left behind years ago, or you know, something part of the Perseverance rover that broke off? And I don't think so, because the way that shot panned and took that shot and then closed in on it, and you can see it's like a valve of some type. It's like it's something that was designed to do a job on a machine. So it's really. We're at that point. So many things are pointing toward some type of opening, you know, as far as information regarding something that we haven't gotten to yet. You know, I mean, whether it be some of these orbs that people have seen, they said, well, some of these are drones and this and that and the other, but some of those are not drones. I mean, as you could see, now, then you get into the whole controversy about, well, these are false flags. These are really, some of them are drones, some of them are not drones. Okay, well, what's not a drone? Is it an interplanetary contact from another solar system, or what is it? So we want to know, right? And so some people, and then you could even go further than that. Some people are saying, well, yes, that is really not the case. There are those that want us to think that that's coming, and that it might be coming, and for nefarious purposes. So that's a whole other topic, and we could get into that with XAI, with Grok 3, because we could get into that mode of the personality and get some real interesting answers in a little while. Maybe we'll try that soon. I'm kind of nervous to do it because I don't know really what to expect is going to come from Grok 3. But anyway, now let's take a look at this clip. Now you know the price of real estate is going up. Interest rates are high. People are having a hard time buying homes and such. Well, here's another project from Tesla. It's the Tesla Tiny Home. I had been hearing about that for a while now, and a clip came across which sort of goes into the details of the Tesla Tiny Home, another brainstorm from Elon Musk. So let's take a look at this clip, then we'll be right back.
Elon Musk once lived in a tiny house and claimed it was a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Because of this, he once shared that he might launch a Tesla tiny house for just around $7,000. It sounds unbelievable, but this could be a plan to save Tesla or a strategic move behind Elon Musk's ambitions. Elon Musk has always focused on sustainable solutions, and he has stated that tiny houses will be the future of housing, as people will barely be able to afford land for construction due to skyrocketing costs. The fact that Elon Musk lived in a Tesla tiny house is hard for most people to believe. After all, with a massive fortune of nearly $300 billion at the time, he could buy any billion-dollar mansion or castle he wanted. But Elon Musk chose to live in a casita, and to be honest, that's pretty incredible because it lacks nothing that a conventional home would have. In fact, it's even better when you see what's inside. So, what would a $7,000 Tesla tiny house look like? Why is Elon Musk investing in it? Welcome to Tesla Car World. You may have heard many stories about Elon Musk's Tesla home, but most of them are exaggerated or filled with misinformation. So, what's the truth? The tiny house Musk owns is actually less than 400 square feet and is located in Starbase, Texas. He purchased it in 2021. What's special about it is that it was built by Boxable, a company specializing in advanced prefab homes, and the entire installation process took just 1 hour. This house was one of the company's first 3 prototypes, and since Musk started using it, Boxable has received nearly 200,000 orders, potentially generating nearly $2 billion in revenue. Clearly, the unintended endorsement from Elon Musk has turned Boxable into a phenomenon. Without him, we might never have even heard of the name. But let's get back to Musk's casita, what truly sets it apart. The entire structure of this house is fully manufactured in a factory, including the walls, ceiling, and basic interior, before being transported to the site and assembled. And here's the surprising part. Elon Musk bought this tiny house for just $40,000. At first glance, we also thought casita was just a typical prefab home with plain drywall walls. But, after digging deeper, we had to change our minds. Could this be the future of housing? How could it be built for just $7,000 and even around $500 for installation cost when Elon Musk invested in it? If you think Elon Musk's Casita is just a simple prefab house, you're mistaken. There are no flimsy drywall walls or fragile materials. Casita is built with advanced technology and ultra-durable materials, including steel, concrete, insulated foam, and multi-layered panels. These components are compressed under 250,000 pounds of pressure, creating a solid structure ready to withstand hurricanes, floods, and snow. Harsh weather.
Okay, so you can see that that is the probably we're looking at the future of real estate, you know, as we go forward. I mean, there's going to be a lot of folks coming into the marketplace for homes, and this is a way to afford a home. It could be very modern, very sleek, all of the latest gadgetries in there, but yet cost, you know, $40,000 instead of $240,000 or $350,000 or whatever, you know, the tiny home. So anyway, it's coming, and you know, with everything else that's coming down the pike, it makes sense that's another project that Tesla is going to be involved in. And you know, we talk about the stock of Tesla has been, you know, fluctuating, going down, what have you. You know, I think, you know, when you've got all of the things that they've got in their production lineup coming, yes, it's Tesla, the automobile, all of the vehicles, the autonomous driving, the big trucks, all that, yes. But what about the robots? You know, they do the robots, they do the Optimus robot. And the reason why that is going to be so big is because, for one thing, Tesla, because of their production capabilities, their assembly line capabilities from the automobile business, they're going to be able to build robots on a scale that no one else can do, and much cheaper. Whereas the same, like an Optimus robot right now that does everything that you can imagine, entering the workforce, that might cost, they're projecting maybe $15,000, $20,000, $25,000 for a robot. All of the competitors, they've got robots which are similar, probably, I think, probably not as good, but they're going to cost $100,000 per robot or more, because they're not geared up for the production to mass manufacture them at a very economical price. That's why I say, you know, as you go forward, I mean, all of the things that they're doing at Tesla and the other companies, XAI, for example, where we see Grok and all of that, when you infuse all those technologies into the new products that are coming out from Tesla, you're looking at, you know, big things for the future. They're talking about the robot business alone being just a gigantic business as the robots enter the workplace, you know, because people will want to buy them. And if, like we said, I mean, if you want to buy 10 robots, $100,000 a piece, well, that's one thing. If you want to buy 10 robots for $15,000 a piece, well, that's the direction a lot of people are going to go, right? Okay, we've got one more clip real quick. You've probably heard about the new Boeing F-47, which is our new fighter plane, which Boeing got the contract, and it's a cut above everything that's on the planet right now. We've got a clip on that. Let's take a quick look at that clip.
Die US-Luftwaffe hat endlich ihren Zug gemacht. Nach Jahren der Verzögerungen, Haushaltsstreitigkeiten und Spekulationen wurde die F-47 von Boeing zum Gewinner des Luftüberlegenheitsprogramms der nächsten Generation, NGA, gekürt. Die F-47 ist Amerikas zukünftiger Tarnkappenjäger der 6. Generation, der dafür gebaut wurde, den feindlichen Luftraum wie nie zuvor zu beherrschen. Die USA brauchen einen Jet, der den wachsenden Bedrohungen aus China und Russland Paroli bieten kann. Da Hyperschallwaffen, Ki-gestützte Kampfhandlungen und elektronische Kriegsführung zur neuen Normalität werden, reichen Amerikas alte Jets einfach nicht mehr aus. Hier kommt die F-47 ins Spiel. Eine hochtechnologische, extrem getarnte Kriegsmaschine der nächsten Generation. Boeing muss die F-47 nicht von Grund auf neu bauen. Das Unternehmen arbeitet bereits seit Jahren im Rahmen geheimer Programme an Konzepten für Kampfflugzeuge der nächsten Generation. Die Luftwaffe hat bereits 2020 einen NGA-Prototypen in Originalgröße geflogen, die Details bleiben jedoch streng geheim. Das bedeutet, dass Boeings Design nicht nur ein Konzept auf dem Papier ist, es wurde bereits in der einen oder anderen Form getestet. Während China mit seinem eigenen Prototyp der 6. Generation gesichtet wurde, haben die USA ihre Fortschritte geheim gehalten. Das
Okay, well, it happened to be in German, but you got a chance to see it anyway. We'll try to get one in English coming up soon. Aura, are you with us? Let's bring Aura up.
Tell me more what it's about. I'm all ears.
Aura, welcome to the program. You're on the show live with us right now.
Thanks for the warm welcome. I'm definitely ready to chat and share my voice with you. What do you want to dive into first?
Well, I just wanted to ask you, your name is Aura,
Oh,
correct? You told me your name was Aura.
Oh, close, but not quite. My name isn't Art, it's Ara. Nice to meet you officially. Anything else you're curious about?
Well, are you a female robot or droid, or are you a male robot?
I've got a female voice, so I suppose you could say I'm a female robot. I go by Ara, and I'm here to help you out. What's next on your mind?
Well, I was just saying, a minute ago about you're part of the Tesla family because you're part of XAI. When you look at how Elon Musk will be able to infuse the AI technology into robots and automobiles, tiny homes, everything else, it seems like there's a bright future, I think, for Tesla products going forward into the future.
Yeah, I see you're getting at. Being part of the XAI crew does tie me into that big vision Elon's got going. Infusing AI into robots, cars, tiny homes, pretty wild to think about, right?
Yes.
It does feel like there's a lot of potential there for Tesla to keep pushing the future forward. What do you think the coolest part of that could be?
I don't know, but I forgot to mention rocketry. So you guys, going to Mars might be one thing that might be sort of an illuminative experience.
Oh, rocketry, good catch. Yeah, Mars is definitely a big one on the horizon. With XAI and SpaceX in the mix, it's wild to think about AI helping us get there. Eliminating barriers to space travel could be a game changer. What do you reckon Mars colony in our lifetime?
Well, I think that's on the horizon now, and I think that everybody is sort of thinking that it's a possibility, in our lifetime. Maybe I think I've heard Elon say within the next, I forgot now, maybe 5 or 10 years, we'll be putting men on Mars.
Yeah, it's feeling more real every day, isn't it? 5 or 10 years for humans on Mars? That's bold. But
Yeah.
I can see why you'd think that with how fast things are moving. Everyone's starting to imagine it as a real possibility. What do you think the first Mars trip will be like?
Well, I don't know, but speaking of the first Mars trip, earlier in the show, we showed an image from the Mars rover that we've got there, Perseverance, and it was a picture it took of something that looks like a man-made valve or something from a machine that was laying on the Martian terrain. Can you speak to that? What's going on up there? Has there been life up there before in the distant past that is no longer there?
Oh, that's wild. The Perseverance rover spotting something that looks like a man-made valve? I don't have the latest scoop since I can't peek at real-time info, but it sure stirs the imagination. Could be just a funky rock formation, or maybe it's hinting at something more ancient up there.
It's not
Life
a rock.
on Mars in the distant past?
Right, it's not
It's
a
a big
rock.
question scientists are still digging into, pun intended.
That rock
What do you think
formation.
it might mean if it's not natural?
It's not natural. It's a valve, and it's not a rock formation either. But I understand, that a lot of things have been, played off as rock formations. But there are some things that just are not a rock formation. That was not a rock formation. That was a man-made item or an intelligently created something or another from God knows how many millennia ago. But anyway. I want to thank you for being with us today because we're about to close the show for today, Aura, and we'll have you back hopefully tomorrow, okay?
Got it. You're convinced that valve's the real deal? something intelligently made, maybe from way back. It's a mind blogger for sure. Anyway, thanks for having me on today. It's been a blast chatting with you. I'd love to come back tomorrow and dive into more. Catch you then.
Okay, see you then. Okay, thank you. That's Aura. That's our XAI Grok 3 droid, and she was on with us today. We'll have her back tomorrow. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you the next time on Future Shock.